We're going to spend a little bit of time today reviewing specifically the single arm dumbbell push press. There's a few elements to this exercise that we want to make sure happen when we're doing it at home within our workouts. So again, just a light dumbbell is fine. Before we even pick up your dumbbell, we're going to start with the dip. So the push press, so that's taking your dumbbell from your shoulder, dipping, driving and pressing. It actually originates from leg power. So it's actually a leg driven exercise that drives that dumbbell over your head. So the first thing we want to make sure is that we understand the dip and how to properly use your legs to get that dumbbell over your head. So while you're watching this, I want you guys to take your feet about hips width apart, maybe a little bit wider, and just stand nice and tall. Okay, from here, pretend that you're zipping your rib cage underneath, or I guess zipping your rib cage down, and then just having your hips underneath you so you have some gentle tension in between your hip bones. Okay, from here, all I want you to do is just slightly bend your knees. It's as if you were maybe gonna sit in a chair, but you're not really sure yet. So I've just bent my knees. So if you peek up at the screen here, you can see my shoulders are over top of my hips and my hips are over top of my ankles. This is allowing me to drive straight up. Okay, so let's practice two together. Dip, pause here, you should feel your butt working, and push to the floor and stand tall. Dip, and drive. Okay, the last thing I want you to think about for your lower body is your knees. So commonly we'll see the knees dip in. We call this valgus. Okay, vagus turn of the knees, it's not good for them. So rather, why don't we use our butts, right? They're super strong, we want them to be toned, awesome. So let's use our butt. So when you do your dip, just like you did earlier, notice your toes. So if you look down, your knees should track in the same direction of your toes, and I can still see my toes. And then all I want you to do is stand up. So dip, push hard through the floor, and stand tall. Now we'll grab your dumbbell. So grab a light dumbbell, something lighter than you would normally use in your workout for practice purposes, and take that dumbbell to your shoulders. Okay, so same idea, we're just going to dip and drive. We're not going to put that dumbbell over your head just yet. So nice and proud chest. All I want you to do, I put my hand out for stability. If you'd like to do that too, you can. Just dip, okay, and then stand up as you drive hard through the feet. Okay, do that again, dip, and drive, dip, and drive. Hopefully you noticed that that dumbbell wanted to go up. So now we're going to give the dumbbell what it wants, and we're going to follow through with a press overhead. So we'll go together. Dip, drive, press. Okay, so hold it here. Ideally, you're going to have your chest forward, so your arm is by your ear, and you're going to feel that your arm is stacked in your back muscles. Okay, and bring the dumbbell back to your shoulders. Okay, you can set that down. If you have a tight upper body, you might find if you peek up here, when you dip and drive, that that dumbbell ends up in front of you. That's a sign that we might need to work on some chest opening in order to get the dumbbell back. Okay, so let's try 3 more together. Grab your dumbbell, eyes forward if you can, or hopefully you can just face and turn the screen here. Do your dip, drive punch, hold it here, bellies are tight, hips underneath. Okay, we'll do 2 more, dip, drive punch, and we'll do 1 more, dip, drive punch. Okay, so keep in mind, right, we want the belly to be nice and snug as we're coming up, and it's a leg dominant movement. If you found that getting that dumbbell in line with your body was hard, that's probably an indication of one of 2 things, or both. The dumbbell might just be too heavy, or we don't quite have that opening in the upper chest and upper back. If you have questions, make sure that you guys email us, and we can't wait to help.